Lake Public Library, and today I will be demonstrating how to create a hand-woven basket full of paper flowers. This craft is part of our series of Take and Make kits for adults. You can create this craft from a kit we provide or from your own materials. The contents of the kit will include an instruction sheet. The PDF for this instruction sheet can be found on the library's website calendar for March of 2021. Also, there will be at least one sheet of 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper. If you're providing this on your own, if you can find scrapbooking paper that's double-sided, even better, but you could also use construction paper or even printer paper would be fine. If you are using a one-sided scrapbooking paper, if you can find something that coordinates, that's even better. Also, in the kit will be four lengths of 18-inch 20-gauge green floral wire, a 2 by 2 by 2-inch piece of floral foam, and you'll also have various squares of light paper to create your flowers. What you'll need to provide Scotch tape or glue dots if you prefer those, that works. You'll need a glue gun to attach your flowers to the wires. You'll also need something to cut your wires with and a needle nose pliers to curve your wires when you're attaching them to the flowers. You'll need a scissors, a pencil, and a ruler to mark your strips off. For the basket, you'll need your 12 by 12 inch piece of scrapbooking paper. From this, you're going to cut out 16 5/8 inch strips and 2 1-inch strips, and that will take your whole piece of scrapbooking paper, but from that you can make one basket. I've already done my cutting, so here's my 2 1-inch strips. I'll set those aside. Then I have 2 piles here. This is 10 5/8 inch strips. I'll set those aside for now. And then I have 6 of these 5/8 inch strips. And what I need to do is I'm going to cut 2 of these strips in half and then attach each of these 4 halves to the other strips. And it doesn't have to be super exact because you'll probably have something left over. And you can attach this with tape or glue, whatever works for you, but about a 1/2 inch overlap is all you're going to need to do. Like so. And you're going to do that with all 3 that are left here. You're going to be attaching, cutting this in half, and then attaching. Okay. Now we'll create the base of our basket, and for that you're going to have your 10 strips. If you have strips that have a different side to them, you want to alternate. If you happen to have a strip that's only color on the one side, then just use this as your alternate. You just want to have a contrast. So you'll start with 2, and then you're going to take 1 and you're going to go under one and on top of another. And then this next one is going to be, if this one is up above, then we're going to go reverse. And then for this one, we'll do it here. And so this is up above, so that means this one has to be below. And then we'll do this one. And this is above, so this has to go below now. And you'll just keep doing that until you do 5 on one side and 5 on the other. And then it's going to wind up looking a bit like this. So you tighten it up into the center. You want this to be even on all sides. I believe it's about 4.25 inches. Once you've got it all tight in the center and even, then you're going to just put little bits of adhesive tape there. And then your next step will be to prepare to build the walls of your basket. So for that, you're going to want to take a straight edge, and you could really use almost anything. And then you're going to just fold these up. And you're going to do that on all 4 sides. And then once you do that, you're going to start building your walls with those. You had the 4 long strips that you created by adding a half to it. So that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be going in and out, just like you were doing there, only when you get to a corner, you're going to fold at the corner so that you can move around. So this is out. That means this has to be in. Out and in. Out. And when you turn the corners, that's when you have to be really careful. If this side is out, then this one has to be in. So we're going to fold down. It's real easy to get mixed up at the corners, and I'm going to tell you it's a little confusing the first time you do this, especially the first row. It's not going to seem like it's going to come together, but I'm going to show you some examples so that you can see what happens. These are examples from, I also taught basket weaving in a video back in September through the library. And if you want to look at that video, you're welcome to do it. But this is the first row. And when you get to the end where the 2 ends are meeting, you're going to tape them together and then just trim off any excess. So right now this doesn't look like much of a basket. But when you add the second row, it starts to look a little better. And you do the same thing with the second row. If it was in here, then it's going to be out here. And it's just that classic weave pattern. So that's the second. Here is the third. This one happens to be made from newspaper. So it's definitely looking more like a basket. I mean, it's taking shape. And here is the fourth one. When you get to this point and you've got your 4 rows there, you're going to be seeing excess here, and you have a choice. You can just trim this off at this level, or if like this one is outside, then you're just going to fold it in and reverse, and just keep going all the way around. You can tape that down. It does add some strength to the top of your basket, but it's up to you, whatever works for you. So once you've created all 4 of your rows for the sides of your basket, then you're going to take your wide strip, the 1-inch strip, and you have 2 of them. You're going to take the second one and just basically cut it in half and then attach it to the other one, similar to what you did for your long strips for the sides of the basket. Once you've got that, then you're going to take and you're going to fold it over at about the 1/4 inch mark. So you'll have 1/4 inch here, about 3/4 inch here. Then what you're going to do is with your basket, now this already has the rim on it, but we'll just pretend it doesn't. You're going to take and you're going to fold this over to fit it over your rim. Like so. And then when you get to the and you'll overlap it a little bit and then trim it. Then you're going to want to tape on the inside to hold it. You probably won't even need tape on the outside, but if you want to, you can roll a piece of tape and put it underneath so it isn't seen. You can do that all the way around. Now let's create our flowers. When this craft was originally designed, we had planned, pre-COVID days, to create our baskets with shamrocks. But for this one today, we're going to be doing flowers. You certainly could do shamrocks. You just need green paper and that shamrock shape. It's really up to you. And here we have some flower ideas. I'm going to show you how to cut them so that you can create all different shapes, or you can just stick with one shape, whatever works for you. So you'll start with small square pieces of paper. I would suggest no more than 4 inches by 4 inches. 3 inches or 3.5 inches each way might work the best. But once you do that, you're going to take it and you're going to fold it in half. And then fold it in half again. And then fold it in half diagonally. And then here's the hard part. Fold it in half diagonally again. Okay, so this is what you're going to have then here. And what you're going to do then is you're going to cut off this excess at the top. This will leave you with something that looks like this. And we're going to open it up so that you wind up with something that looks a little bit like a kite shape. Then what you can do is, and this will also be included on the website calendar, is you can use these templates for creating different shapes of flowers. Like this one here, I believe might have come from here, and this one might have come from here, and here's this one right here, and so on. So you can create all different kinds of shapes by what you put here, and you can either draw it on or you can cut freehand. What I will do here is, here's my pencil, I'll just do a very simple one, and I will just do a basic, like so, and then I'm going to cut that. Okay, and then you'll open it up. And there's your flower. And if you find that, oh, I didn't cut in as far as I should have, or it doesn't look even, you can always just refold it and cut it again. And you can make all different shapes by picking one of these. So once you have your flowers created, and I would suggest anywhere from 12 to 16 flowers, then you're going to want to attach them to your wires. You're starting out with 4 18-inch 20 gauge green floral wire. What in the kits we've cut them down for you already. What you're going to basically do is cut these into 4 pieces, and I would vary your lengths. Maybe have one be 6 inches, another be 3.5, 4.5, and 5, or whatever, so that you've got a varying length when it comes to putting your flowers into your basket. So here I have some wires that have already been cut in varying lengths, and what you're going to do now is you're going to take your needle nose pliers and you're going to take the end of it, and you're going to take it and you're going to twist it and then you're going to flatten it so that it could almost rest. This is so that it can attach to your flower with the glue gun. Let me show you. So here's our flower, and if you have double-sided, you know, where it's colored on both sides, even better. But if you don't, it's okay. So here's our flower. So the underside, I'm going to take with a bit of glue, and then I will take my wire and just kind of hold it there and let it set. And then once it's set, you can manipulate it with your needle nose pliers to get it into the shape you want to fit into your basket. Now we will fill our basket. You're going to fill it with florist foam. The kit will come with a 2 by 2 by 2 inch piece of florist foam. You could vary that. I mean, it could be a little bit bigger if you wanted. One tip I will suggest is if you are going to be cutting this, use an electric knife if you have one available. It works really well when slicing it. So now we have our florist foam. So we're ready to use it by just putting some hot glue on here and setting it in the center. Let that rest a bit to get going, and then you're going to be adding your flowers. And here's some flowers that I've already created. They've been put on the wires, you can see. What you're going to want to do when you place these in here is you're going to want to move them to get a pleasing arrangement. If you're going to be moving the wire, changing the wire shape, hold this down to keep that attached and move it like so. And you could also use your needle nose to move it if you needed to. But otherwise, these will easily pop off. I mean, and you can reattach them, but it just helps if you know that to begin with. So here, you'll just start putting them in. And if you need to change the shape, just hold it and move your wire. Your wires move fairly easily. And I'd say 16 or so work really well on this. You could use a few more or a few less, but 16 is a good number. Okay, and that will then leave you with your basket of flowers or shamrocks if you prefer. So I hope you have enjoyed today's craft. If you have any comments or questions, our contact information will be at the end of this video. So thank you so much and happy crafting.